Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the morning routine. It's Friday morning, April 20th, 2018, episode number 330. Woo! So glad to see you here this Friday morning. I hope that your morning is waking up in a gentle type way. I'm looking outside the window right now. Everything is covered by a nice layer of white, clean, crisp snow. The birds are chirping because it's spring out there. What a beautiful morning. I love it. So I hope you guys are doing fine today. I hope that yesterday, Thursday, went well for you. And I know right now that there's people that are with us this morning that are not in their ideal situation. I know this for sure. Let me tell you, it's still a great day that we get to wake up this morning, even when we're facing some challenges. Not to belittle those, because they're real struggles that we have each and every day, right, guys? But guess what? We're here together, so let's share a little bit of time together, and let's put aside our troubles and our worries for the day just for a short little bit. And let's get the day started together, because the day will have its things along the way for sure, won't it? So I'm so glad you guys are here, guys, whether it's on Facebook Live or on the podcast or tuning in on YouTube. It's always a joy and a pleasure to meet with you guys on a weekday basis. I really enjoy it. So, did you know, interesting fact for you guys, Neil Armstrong's astronaut application arrived a week past the deadline. A friend of his slipped the tardy form in with the others. And you know the rest of the story. How about that? Isn't that an amazing fact, man? Neil Armstrong. The dude was on the moon because a friend of his cheated the system and slipped his paper in. I love it. That's awesome. But anyways, so yesterday we talked about a little brain teaser type thing. Yesterday I challenged everybody, what's the difference between a ring ding and a ding dong? And we figured that one out. And I told you there was another one that I wanted to share with you. Well, this one here, I hate to say obvious because it's not obvious. It can be confusing. But then when you get down to the answer, you're like, oh, yeah, that's obvious. So here's what you do when you're with a group of your friends. This is how you do it. Are you ready? Picture banana tree. All right, you got that in your head? Now picture what a coconut tree looks like. Okay, now picture a palm tree. All right, you got a palm tree. Picture that in your head. All right, now picture a pineapple tree. That one's the hard one, right? It's hard to picture the pineapple. What does a pineapple tree look like? Does it look like a coconut tree, a banana tree? Which one does it look more like? Right? Just let that one sink in for a minute there, all right? And we'll leave that like it is. Because the challenge with that brain tweezer, why do I keep saying tweezer? The challenge with that brain teaser is this, is I've led you down a deceptive path. Rosemary, you have challenged the question successfully. I love you. Pineapples do not grow on trees. They grow on a plant. Yes, it's actually the pineapple actually is on top of a long stem. That's why you have that round cutoff part in the bottom of it. Yes, it is a plant. Rosemary, you are the winner. The challenge is that because it has little spiky things in the top that make you think of those or can look like those other trees, you can lead people down the wrong path by setting the trail incorrectly. So that is your daily, well, it's not daily because I'm not going to do this every day, but that's today's little brain teaser. So anyways, on we go. I do have some stories for you as always, guys. Let's move on and let's cover some interesting stories I've got lined up for you today. The first story is out of Bloomberg.com. Yes, Bloomberg. One of my favorite magazines, by the way. I haven't seen one in a long time. A friend of mine used to subscribe, and I think I was the only one. He would get it in the mail and he would hand it to me. I think I was the only one who ever read the darn thing, but it's a great magazine. I really like it. The information is scientific and nerdy enough, but yet not so that it's like in-depth and it hurts your brain to read it. Like it's, I don't know, it's kind of good. But anyways, out of Bloomberg magazine, the title is Fake Meat Might Feed Your Dog and Save the Planet. In America's food-obsessed landscape, the quickest route to a new idea is to look for something already being done and then make it vegan. Doesn't that just hit it perfectly on the head? The author wrote that start opening perfect. You go to the store, just look for something regular, make the vegan alternative, and you've got a good product in your hand these days. 68% of Americans own four-legged friends, a paw-dropping 184 million dogs and cats to be precise. Wow, that's in America. To feed this mass of tail-wagging companions, we spend $30 billion a year. Now, let's just stop a minute. This article is not about this. Next time you see the commercial on the TV, when they're talking about feeding dogs and cats that have been left at the shelters and stuff like that, and pull on your heartstrings, and this is the thing that you should support, you know, and if you have a choice over adopting a child overseas who needs education and adopting a dog down at the pound, you should definitely go for the dog down at the pound. Next time you see that commercial, just remember that the people who own dogs and cats right now, I'm one of them, spend $30 billion a year in America to feed them. There might be a little extra money around there somehow. Man, that's crazy. Anyways, that was a rant, and it's an unfair rant. I know. Every dog and cat lover right now is like, that freedom lost it. But anyways, pet food, predominantly animal meat products, represents as much as 30% of all meat consumed in America. 30% of all meat consumed in America goes towards pet food. American pets were to establish a sovereign nation, it would rank 5th in global meat consumption. Did you hear that? 5th. That's amazing. Developing fake meat for pets may help put a dent in that, as well as the use of water and land needed to breed all that livestock. With $4 million in seed money, Wild Earth hopes to be the first pet food brand based on cellular agriculture. Yes, fake meat dog treats are here, and they're hoping to make dog food soon. The initial product Wild Earth plans to sell from its direct-to-consumer website is a koji-based dog treat. Koji, a fungus, is your dog hungry yet? Is the Japanese version of baker's yeast. It grows rapidly inside tanks along with sugar and nutrients. The result is a plant-based protein with a close match to eggs or animal-based meat. So, if you want to save the planet, if you want to leave some meat for the, for human beings to eat because, dogs and cats are eating 30% of the meat sources out there, feel free to buy some fungus-based dog treats. Who knows? Listen, man, my dog eats its own poop, so they're definitely going to eat this koji stuff, whatever. I guarantee you that. They'll probably think it's, like, amazing. I think it is vegan. That's exactly right, Rosemary. I think it is a vegan dog treat. So, anyways, there you go, guys. Wild Earth is the name of the company. A link to this article, go to themorningroutine.live, of course, in today's episodes, and you'll see a link to this article for more links to products and more information. So, anyways, on we go. The next story. This next story we hit on quickly on trending news or on Google trends or something like a week or two ago, I think. Maybe 2 weeks ago now? Yeah, probably 2 weeks ago now. But this is the entire story behind this. It's actually really scary kind of thing. This is out of the Washington Post, and this has to do with raccoons. Robert Cogshaw was playing with his beagles outside his Youngstown, Ohio house around noon Friday when he saw a raccoon. Cute little furry animal. He thought something was wrong with the raccoon since it was out in the broad daylight. He went towards the raccoon to try to shoo it away, and the raccoon stood up on its hind feet, flashed its sharp white teeth, and pink gums. Saliva dripped from its mouth. I love great writers. Suddenly, it collapsed into a comatose state, and it soon woke from its lethargy and walked around for a bit, then got back up on its hind feet again. Yes, the raccoons are out during the day and unafraid of loud noises, making people think they have a zombie raccoon infestation in Ohio. The Ohio Department of Natural Resources said the raccoons are likely infected with a disease called distemper. Haven't heard that word in a long time. The only time you hear it is like when you're watching an old school movie, right? The disease typically infects unvaccinated domestic dogs, but can also infect foxes, coyotes, and skunks. It does not affect humans. Distemper can cause brain damage, which is what likely leads to the raccoon's fearless behavior around humans. So, there is a flock. Is it a flock of raccoons? No. What would you call it? A group? A community of raccoons? A posse. There's a posse of distemper raccoons that are zombie-like in Ohio. So next time you go to Ohio, make sure you keep your eyes open for the zombie raccoons. Yes. So anyways, last story that I have for you today, I thought is Out of the Hustle, one of my favorite newsletters. They just do a great job writing. I love their meteoric growth over the last year and a half, and they have great writers there. This one has to do with self-care. Everyone remain calm is their headline. Self-care apps are on the rise. This is huge. According to the App Store intelligence reports, apps in the self-care category for things like mindfulness and meditation are really getting in the zone. The top 10 grossing self-care apps brought in $27 million in revenue last year. Isn't that amazing? Globally, revenue from the top 10 wellness apps grew 170% from the first quarter last year, and more self-care apps are entering the space every year, with nearly 3.5, or actually it's 3.5 thousand, so that's 3,500 new self-care apps projected for 2018. Calm, which is what is pictured behind me if you're watching on video, and Headspace, which generated over 90% of the top 10 apps revenue. Calm earns 50% of all revenue in that sector. It's one of the most popular ones. I have never used it before, but it is the number one self-relaxation, or whatever you want to call it, app out there. Experts attribute it to the combination of factors like better access to information about self-care, the depressing nature of social media, and the grind of a 24 hours news cycle. Millennials are marrying and starting families later in life, meaning they may just have less kids and therefore more time to focus on self-improvement. You know, self-improvement is a funny thing. I think that there is a personal opinion, not a scientist. I believe that there is a lot of space for all of us to constantly be self-improving. I spend time reading and trying to learn things on how to be better and improve myself in all different areas, right? But at some point, you have to be doing things to figure out how to improve rather than just be sitting and improving. It's like it's like learning how to drive a car. You can sit in your chair and read a book about it and then picture and get your mindset right and focus on driving the car. And this is what I would do if I saw that. But at some point, you got to get in the driver's seat and drive, and you'll figure out how to drive as well. So it's a combination of both. So I believe in learning how to be better, but I also believe in doing and learning while doing as well. So there you go. Another freedom rant. I am on a roll today, man, and this is only my first cup of coffee. That wasn't really a rant, though. That was just a thought, I guess, so. And thank you for supporting me in my rantiness. I appreciate you. Anyways, on we go, guys, to Google Trends. The top 10 most searched things yesterday on Google. Number 1, the NFL schedule 2018. It's out. Number 2, J. Cole. Don't know who he is. Number 3, Miami Heat basketball team. Number 4, Super Troopers 2. That's a movie. Number 5, Deadpool 2. That's a movie. Number 6, Sixers basketball team. Number 7, Moisty Meyer Treasure Map. That's from Fortnite, the game that I've been talking about, which I have officially stopped playing, by the way. I am definitely more of a PUBG game player than Fortnite. Those are the two that kind of have the same thought behind them. So, number 8 is Scandal. Number 9, 420. I don't know what 420 is. Number 10, Prince, as in artist formerly known as Prince, but then now is Prince. He is ranking at number 10. So I saw that on the news yesterday that they will not be pressing charges against anybody in his death. So nobody was at fault or anything like that. So that's why it's trending number 10. So on we go, guys, to trending news. You know what, guys? We're skipping trending news today. We're just skipping it. I'm making an executive decision. I'm not even putting it up for a vote to the morning routine community. The reason why. I went on to the trending news this morning. I read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 headlines. There is not a single one in there that's going to make your day better today. There isn't. And there's not a single one. So we're skipping it. So today, instead, I thought it'd be interesting. What is the Amazon top 5 best-selling books? I know, I don't read that much either. But listen, it's something to fill this little space here since we kind of have a routine going. I had to put something in here last minute. It really was last minute, too. Number 1, James Comey's book, A Higher Loyalty. It is ranking number 1. Number 2, this is the one that makes me excited, guys. This is should I put a link? I got to put a link or something somewhere on this. That's what I got to do. I'm going to figure out somewhere to put a link. Maybe I'll put it on the morningroutine.live today's page. If you go there after the show, give me like 4 or 5 minutes. If you go there after the show, I'm going to put a link to this number 2 ranking best-selling book on Amazon in there because I know it will change you want to improve your mindset? This author, I have met with him. I've been in an event with him. I have read his first book. It will change your perspective, and it's number 2 ranking in all of Amazon. It is Everybody, Always. Becoming Love in a World, what is the whole title? Becoming Love in a World Full of Setbacks and Difficult People. It is by Bob Goff, who wrote the book Love Does. This guy, I'm telling you, a well worth your read, I promise you. So when we're done, go to morningroutine.live, go to today's thing, and I'm going to have a link to this book on there. I guarantee you this will change and it's only $10.19 on Prime. Are you kidding me? It's a lot better than the $18 for James Comey's book. So anyways, number 3 ranking book is by Jill Twiss, A Day in the Life of Marlon Bundo. It's a children's book with a rabbit, kind of cute little rabbit with black eyes. It's actually got raccoon eyes on a rabbit. Very strange. Number 4, Girl, Wash Your Face. Stop Believing the Lies by Rachel Hollis. And number 5, most selling book on Amazon, Jordan B. Peterson's 12 Rules for Life, an antidote to chaos. There you go. The top 5 books selling on Amazon right now. Don't forget, link to Everybody Always will be on our thing so you can get to it quickly and easily. So let's move forward, guys, to a passage of wisdom this morning. And let's just slow things down a little bit. And a reminder before we jump into this, guys, you can find the show every day on all kinds of podcast platforms, on Facebook or on YouTube. So you can pick your it's not poison. Pick your pleasure. I don't know what that expression is. But anyways, you can find it in any way that works for you best. So today's passage of wisdom, we are ending the week strong this Friday morning. This passage of wisdom is another one that will encourage you and pull you through this Friday with the tough stuff that all of us are going to face today. Carrie, I happen to be thinking about you and your husband this morning. I was thinking about you last night. I was thinking about you this morning. I'm praying for you guys, just so you know. Anyways, today's passage of wisdom, 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verses 8 and 9. We are pressured in every way, but not crushed. We are perplexed, but not in despair. We are rejected, but not abandoned. We are struck down, but not destroyed. Boom! That is fantastic. That is who we are when we have God by our side. We are pressured in every way, but we will not be crushed because God will always have his arms around us, lift us up, and there's a bigger story than what's happening just today. So it's impossible to be totally crushed to nothing. We can be under great pressure, yes, but we will not be crushed because we're living a greater story. We are perplexed, but we will not be in despair. We are rejected, but we are never abandoned. We are always, never alone, ever. We are struck down, but we'll never be destroyed. Guys, today can be tough. This week can be tough. This year can be tough. Your life up until this point can be tough, but it's only part of a story that's so immense and so huge and so eternal. And if we get the right perspective, it's what we're going through is still real. That's why this even acknowledges that we're under pressure and we are perplexed and we are rejected and we are struck down. Those are real feelings and they really happen and we're really going through them and we're really going through tough times that we wish would just go away and stop happening. That's the fact. But at the end of the day, it is not the final end to the story. Amazing. This is awesome. I am so cranked up. Woo! Happy Friday to you. Let's pray, guys. And let's get this day started. Father, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for this passage that you gave us this morning. Thank you for acknowledging along us that we go through pain. And we go through moments in our life that are not the way we want them. And sometimes we can't see out of them. And sometimes it's just like the only thing that we can see. We're enveloped in the trials and the struggles and the despair and being abandoned and being crushed and we're just surrounded by these feelings. Father, thank you for acknowledging that those are real, and thank you for being there with us as we go through those moments in our life and reminding us that that is not the end of the story. And that as we walk along through our life with you through these deep, dark valleys, that you will lift us up out of those. We follow after you and trust on you and lean on you. That you will wrap your arms around us with your grace and love and guide us through these tough times. That you will protect our hearts and keep us from being crushed and totally destroyed. Father, we know that the story that we're living is much greater than the days that we have right here. But the days that we have right here, Father, are so important to us. We value these days. Guide us and protect us as we go through each and every one. Father, this morning, I pray for everybody today who's going through a struggle. I pray for my family as we have gone through a loss of a family member overnight. As we go through the next days, that you'll bring peace to all of our hearts. A loss of a family member. I pray for the people who are going through health issues this morning. I pray for Ron this morning as he waits the doctors to do their routine tests and things on him to make sure that he's okay. A great man, great wife. Protect them as they go through. Give wisdom to the doctors this morning. Father, we thank you for your guidance and your love and knowing that you're always there by our side for us to lean on and talk to. We love you. Amen. And that, my friends, is a magnificent Friday morning. Thank you guys so much for being here this morning. I really, really appreciate you. Don't forget, go to themorningroutine.live in about 5 minutes. Give me 5 minutes and I will have a link on there to that book by Bob Goff. I promise you, if you've never read his first book, Love Does, that one is a great read. It's an easy read. He's a storyteller. It will change the way you view certain things and help you to self-improve. It's amazing. He's a great author. So don't forget to go there, check out that book, order it. Like I said, it's $10.19 on Prime. Like, come on. That's like 3 cups of Starbucks coffee, you know? So yes, that's right, Wendy. No pineapple trees. Guys, have a great day. Have a great weekend. I can't wait to be here with you on Monday morning. And don't you forget, guys, that today, tomorrow, Sunday are 3 perfect days ahead of you to be exactly who you are meant to be. You've been created for great works ahead. Make your days count. I love you guys. See you later.